So let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is right now sitting at 115,781. And the overall situation of Bitcoin is pretty much going according to what we have been discussing for quite some time. Quite sometimes, in a sense that we have been talking about for past few days. We've talked about $116,000 being the first area that we have our interest in. And it did go there. Of course, it went up to all the way towards 116,600, a bit more than that as well. And even if we talk about the perspective of TA, from the perspective of TA, if we look at it, we had 116,454. Of course, I never talk about it. I call it 116. That's easier to discuss and talk about, but from TA's perspective, that was the level. So it went and it touched, and all this was on the basis of this inverse head and shoulder that we had, and neckline was 112. We had a target of 116. Now that is done. Now this makes our life easy in a sense that if Bitcoin wants to continue with this overall rally, it needs to stabilize above this region. And of course, this is the TA region. We can rather use another region, and that is the, just a second, and that is the 115. So if we zoom in at 115, we need 2 daily candles closing above it, and that has happened already. And that shows one thing, that 115 has stabilized. So we have one candle closing above it, then we have a second one, 2 candles have closed, third one has closed as well. And that's why if you look at it, the third one, it actually dipped. It touched the area of 115, closer to it pretty much. And then it bounced back up, and right now it is sitting above it. Now, since this area has been captured, yesterday it did go down, reacted to it. It is holding well. All this stuff is indicating that, okay, 115 is captured. Now to lose this area, we need to use the same concept of going below 115 for more than 2 days. Then we would assume the downward journey has started, and it will not be towards 112. It will not be towards 110. We can pretty much assume 107. But we need to lose 115 for that. And I think that's a pretty good indication, because from 115 to 17 is a big drop. That's almost $7,000. So it is a big move, and getting a confirmation on that is helpful. But as long as 115 stays intact, it is indicating only one thing, that we are going up towards the all-time high price of Bitcoin. Because after 115, we don't need to be too concerned about 120, 122, anything like that. We can pretty much assume if it is stabilizing above 115, it has that kind of power to go $7,000, $8,000 higher from here and go and hit that area. And that's pretty much it with Bitcoin. I don't think there is anything else to add. It has reached a point from where it can make a decision. Does it want to go more bullish or not? Even when we talk about the perspective of ETF, the ETF inflows are looking good. Even last time when I made a video about it, it was day before yesterday, we talked about almost $1 billion inflow of Bitcoin ETF money. So from that perspective, it is to, weekend was nice, at least Saturday was nice. Maybe let's see if Sunday is going to be nice too. So overall, market is going really well. Things are intact. We can only turn bearish once we lose 115 for 2 days. If it is not being lost, the only thing we can talk about is going up, which is the case scenario right now. And so far we have hit our target, so congrats on that. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions, or I have touched on a topic and you expect me to explain a bit more, I'll try my best to explain that to you in the comments. Leave a comment. And I'm not going to tell you to like and subscribe, because if you're not interacting with the video, or if you're not subscribed, you're not going to see all the 10 videos that I make every day. You're going to miss out on it, and I think you are educated enough to understand what to subscribe and what not to, because if you want to miss out on it, then why not? It's for your own good, and you should know better what is good for you.